इस वीडियो को हिंदी भाषा में देखने के लिए सेटिंग्स में जाकर हिंदी ऑडियो चुनें। Namaskar. Welcome to Simplify Your Space. I can't believe how quickly the first month of the year has flown by. Sometimes it feels like life is just rushing past at full speed. Anyways, one of my resolutions for this year was to work on some new hobbies. And that's why I want to learn some new recipes. I will try to make 1 or 2 new dishes every month. This week I am making Besan Laddoos for the first time. First, I took some ghee in a pan and added besan to it. Now we need to keep stirring it on low heat until it turns brown. I have listed the exact measurements of the ingredients in the description box for your convenience. While it is hot, its consistency will be a bit runny, but once it cools down, it will thicken. Now I am adding some cardamom powder, roasted and chopped cashews and almonds, and powdered sugar. Mix everything well and let the mixture cool completely. While I was looking for a serving platter for the laddoos, I opened my crockery unit and realized it had become quite messy. It definitely needs some reorganization. But for now, let's focus on the laddoos. Once the mixture has cooled down, you will notice how thick it has become. Now just shape it into small laddoos and that's it. Our delicious besan laddoos are ready. Believe me, I am not exaggerating at all. This was such a simple recipe, yet the laddoos turned out so soft and tasty that they disappeared in no time. You must try this recipe. The next day, I took the mission of reorganizing my crockery unit. So let's see how I organized all my crockery. The first and most important step in organizing any space is to completely empty it. For the past 2 years, I have been making cooking videos, and along with that, I often shoot kitchen appliance reviews as well. For these shoots, I need beautiful and elegant crockery, and all of it is stored in this unit. I took out all the crockery and placed it on the dining table and kitchen counter. I also keep some serving trays and platters inside the crockery unit since they take up a lot of space in the kitchen. I was already using some organizers, so I removed those too. Once everything was out, I thoroughly cleaned all the shelves of the crockery unit. After taking everything out, it is important to check each item carefully. Any damaged or unusable item should be removed. This set of jars was purchased even before my marriage. Their lids are broken and they have cracks inside, so it's finally time to say goodbye to them. These plastic trays came as a part of a gift pack, so I'm removing them as well. This wooden tray has become quite worn out, and I rarely use this melamine tray because items placed on it tend to slip, increasing the risk of things falling. I've taken them out. Maybe I can repurpose them for a DIY project. This serving bowl came with a dinner set, but since it has a chip, it definitely needs to go. Luckily, there wasn't much to declutter because I bought most of my crockery in the last 4 to 5 years, and I make it a habit to declutter regularly. After decluttering, the next step is grouping similar items together. For example, all dinner sets go in one section and bowls in another. Similarly, I group serving dishes, trays, tea sets and cups, serving platters and containers separately. I also set aside the glass serving bowls and platters as I plan to store them in the glass unit. Next, it is important to analyze the shelves of the crockery unit and decide in advance where each category of items will go. Doing this beforehand helps avoid confusion while arranging everything later. My crockery unit has deep and spacious shelves. To make the most efficient use of them, I use a few organizers. I went through the ones I already had to see which would fit best. First, I have this wooden monitor riser that was lying around. It is originally meant to elevate a computer screen, but since I was not using it, I decided to repurpose it as a shelf riser here. Next, I have two metal shelf risers, which you might have seen in many of my organizing videos. I place them on the second shelf in an L shape. Then I added an expandable plate organizer on the third shelf along with the two-tier metal rack for better space management. For the bottom two shelves, I did not need any organizers. Now let's start placing everything back one by one. I'll begin with the dinner sets. I have already separated all the dinner sets and kept them here. This dinner set was gifted to me at my wedding and it is still in use. However, one of its serving bowls and a plate have been damaged. After that, I purchased this home center dinner set. It's a beautiful set but quite heavy, so I have to handle it with extra care. Next is this blue dinner set from IKEA, followed by a white dinner set which I use occasionally for video shoots. Lastly, I have this Borosil dinner set, but only a few plates and bowls are left from it, so I'll keep it in the kitchen for daily use. I'm placing the heavier dinner sets on the bottom shelf. Since dinner sets are usually used together, I'm stacking all their items neatly in one place. On the second shelf, I am placing the square plate dinner set on one side. On the other side, I am keeping this set of 3 casseroles, stacking them on top of each other to make the best use of the vertical space. In front of them, I am placing these blue serving bowls. The middle shelf will hold all the serving platters. Many of these platters are of odd shapes, so I am stacking them neatly on this rack. The wooden platters and large ceramic platters will be stacked vertically in the plate rack for better organization and easy access. On the second last shelf, I am placing all the big and small bowls. Using a shelf riser, I can neatly separate all the items while efficiently utilizing the vertical space. Below this shelf, I have kept the pink serving platters from IKEA, and above them I have arranged the pasta bowls and soup bowls. Since they are all the same color, I have grouped them together for a uniform look. On the topmost shelf, I will place the items I use very rarely towards the back. First, I am placing the white dinner set here. Above it, I will keep the golden trays that I only use during festivals. The chutney bowl set will also go here. In front of this, I am placing the golden container set. At the very front, I am placing the ceramic jars that I use occasionally. For storing cutlery, I use this wooden section cutlery stand where forks, spoons, dessert spoons, knives, etc. are neatly segregated into different sections. It can be placed directly on the dining table. I am keeping it on the top shelf here. On the right side, there is some space left, so I will store the wooden trays here. These trays are only used occasionally. There is still a little bit of stuff left and I have two ideas for storing them. One option is to place them in front of this rack, which seems okay. The second idea is that there is still a lot of vertical space above this dinner set, so I can fit an over-the-shelf rack there to store the remaining items. I found this second idea more efficient, so I'll go with that. With this, my crockery unit is fully organized and I feel really satisfied looking at it. Everything is neatly separated and the crockery I needed regularly, especially for shoots, is now stored at my eye level, making it super easy to access. Segregating items into zones or groups is really helpful as it allows you to grab what you need from a specific shelf without searching through the entire cabinet. The remaining items such as glass serving platters, bowls, teacups and tea sets I am storing in the glass unit on the other side. This unit mostly holds glasses, jugs, teacups and dessert bowls. At the bottom of the unit I have placed all the glass bowls, dishes and jugs. On the second last shelf I am placing all the teacups. This set of 4 teacups and plates I am stacking one on top of the other to save space. At the back I have placed this decorative teacup tower and in front of it I am keeping this cute little tea set. On the side I have arranged the blue and white coffee mugs. These items are used only occasionally, especially during festivals or when we have guests over. All the glasses were already in decent condition, so I did not touch them and just left them as they were. And that's the end of our organization process. This dinner set I am keeping in the kitchen for daily use. In the kitchen there are 2 cabinets where I keep daily use items like teacups, coffee mugs, glasses and bowls. Even here I use shelf risers to keep everything segregated, making it easier to access particular items. These risers also help utilizing the vertical space efficiently. There is not much decluttering required here. The only thing I am considering removing are these 2 mugs. Organizing is a continuous process, so we should periodically check our storage spaces and reorganize them according to our current preferences. This way it becomes easier for us to access things whenever needed. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like and share it. Also subscribe to Simplify Your Space for more videos like this. Links to all the organizers are tagged with this video and mentioned in the description box as well. I'll see you all next week. Until then, happy organizing from Simplify Your Space. Bye bye.